بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Welcome, this is Dr. Zhu, and you are watching the Alive with Dr. Zhu show on 247online.tv. So welcome to the show, and today we are going to talk about focus, okay? Focus is a big issue, and I believe just by focusing a little bit differently, your life can change greatly. So I'm going to show you some pictures, and you're gonna see them running here. And I want you to look at these pictures and see as many pictures as you can see. You want to see that where is basically up and where is basically down, what kind of a faces you can make out, what kind of a shapes you can make out. So take your little time and use your little active focus to notice that when you focus on one picture, the whole picture or one part of the picture, the entire picture looks differently compared to when you focus on the other part of the picture. The whole picture becomes another kind of picture. So just keep looking at it and see how things and circumstances basically and the whole story in your head can be changed basically on what you are focusing on. So yes, it is a very interesting phenomenon, and believe it or not, your entire life as reality will be based on what you are focusing on. And focusing on in terms of what you are seeing, what you are hearing and listening to, and what you are starting to think in your head and what you are starting to feel, because the two of the things are very, very strongly interrelated. So what you are thinking, it will bring you a feeling, and what you are feeling comes back and bring you a thought. So basically, based on these four things, you have a reality in your life of your own life. So I don't know what you are noticing on a daily basis on the street, and I don't know what you are hearing and what stories you are listening to and which people you are listening to, and what you're starting to think about when you are watching and listening those things, and what does it make you feel, because it's definitely going to be something which gives you an experience, a feeling, and on a daily basis this is going to be your own life. Now, as another aspect is that focus is actually designed by and directed by how we've been brought up. Between 0 to 7 years of our lives, we've been conditioned to where to focus. And you can see your family and your parents, where they've been focusing on and what they are doing, because basically you learn those are the important things to pick out, these are the things to react, and these are the things to listen to and watch on, for example, television, and the things and the behaviors to respond back to other people, and the activities to get into. So if you recognize now that you want to change your life, you have to change your focus, what you are watching, what you are hearing, and what you are thinking, and what you are feeling. Now, one little exercise what you can actually do is, it's a little bit crazy as it sounds on focus, is caressing the top of your hand. And it's normally a pleasurable thing for everyone, or pinching the top of your hand. So if you let it go, both of them basically, and if you let a little bit of a waiting time in between, you can just watch what's happening, you will find that all these feelings subsides. Maybe the painful pinch will stay there a little bit longer compared to the caress, but both of them will actually disappear. So you can focus on and stay there and drag yourself down if something didn't feel good, or you can just put it in your head that whatever didn't feel good in life, you know that is going to be just temporary. So I hope this learning is going to be able to applicable for your life, and this was a mind segment for you with Alive with Dr. Zhu. Thank you for listening, and see you in the next segment. Welcome back to Alive with Dr. Zhu show, and this is our second segment, which is Eat to be Alive. Today we've been talking about focus and how to apply focus to your eating habits. Now, as we know that everyone and today in big societies, the biggest problem is managing the food choices what you have around. and mismanaging it and unable to make a choice because of lack of focus, you are going to be gaining weight, and this is most likely unnecessary and undesirable for most of you. And then you are entering into a weight loss craving phase when you just want to get rid of those extra pounds. Now, what to do as a little tip when you are need to be focusing on your eating habits. So what we say is that 90% of the time, if you can keep focusing on a strict healthy eating habit and eating balanced, 10% of the time you can bring in your treat times. Now these are the times actually when you can eat whatever you want as long as you are eating them in a portion controlled manner. So if you are losing control over how much you are eating out of those treat foods, shall that be any fried foods or cakes or anything which is your heart of your desire, then that is the problem. So staying focused means that you know what you want, you're gonna sit down, you're gonna portion it out for yourself, sit down and enjoy it, even close your eyes, feel the taste, and know that this is the time you're treating yourself with food. Now, what do we do the rest of the times when there are many, many tempting foods around us? Now, you go into a bakery shop because somebody else went in, and it's basically you decide that this week you had pretty much enough of your treat foods, so what do? So easily you walk up to any of these aisles, and you can just practice this exercise. You walk there, you have a look at the cakes or whatever is looking very temptingly, and you can just say very nicely and kindly that you look good, you taste good, and I know that you smell so wonderful, but you are not for me right now. And with that, walk away from the food. And then you just made your little analyzation, and you know that basically you're keeping your focus, you know that food is there, but you are take away all the triggers and all what the food had a power over you before. So basically it's the same thing to do when others are offering you foods and you don't want to take it. You can just say that, and very easily keeping your focus, you can tell other people that you already had your lunch and thank you very much. Or having just one bite and excusing yourself that you are probably not feeling well or you ate already. These are all working very well. Or actually, if you want to stay honest, you can just tell them that thank you so much. These foods are out of your diet now, and you would like to, and if these people are actually looking at you and seeing the changes in you, soon they are going to ask that we also see the changes in you because they are seeing that you feel better and what are you doing. So then you can share the little secrets with them. So I hope that these little tips were helping you today. And this was Dr. Zhu for the Eat to Be Alive session. Thank you so much. Welcome back to our show, and this is Alive with Dr. Zhu, what you are watching. And today we are discussing focus. We discussed focus on mind level, we discussed focus on the nutrition and the eating level, and now we're discussing how to practice focus in the moving level during exercise. Exercise is one of the best way to help you to focus, because you are distracting yourself, not distracting, interrupting yourself from a pattern what you've been doing, and you're refocusing through a movement. So today what I would like to share with you is walk. Walking is the easiest thing. When something goes wrong, you can just walk away, take 5 minutes and walk back, regain your focus and know what you want. In an exercise level, walk is very important, especially when you do it outside, because it gives you a very good chance to observe and use your senses. Now, how do we exercise in an observational level to exercise or train our focus? Now, one of the things that we can do is use our eyes. So the eyes, when you go out for your walk, start looking at the trees, looking at the tree branches, focus on how are they going, what's the configuration of the tree branches, notice the leaves on the trees. Then start looking at the blue sky. Staring into the blue sky is one of the best things you can do to start opening your mind and refocusing, because once you're opening your mind, total different picture will come to your mind in terms of solutions. So basically I just say that walk by getting your eyes lost in the blue sky. So do this in a park, and notice again the flowers, the grass, anything where your eyes can go and you can notice and say something good about it, or just basically just observe it, it would work very, very well. Now on the hearing part, utilizing our auditory senses, is you can start hearing the birds. If it's quiet in the morning, you can hear actually the wind, especially if you are on the beach. You can hear even people talking. Anything which is around you and nature-wise there, just observe it, let it be, and listen to it. And then when your thoughts would be coming back and interrupting you, and your thoughts wants to get you going, get your eyes, again, watch the trees, watch the sky, watch the leaves, watch the flowers, watch the grass, and start making a mental note of what you are hearing. Now, bringing the feeling part is another important thing for our third senses, kinesthetically, because you will always feel your skin. Your skin, how the wind is touching your skin, and how you are perspiring, and just let it all be. You can bring these external feelings actually into an internal level, and that we are going to discuss in our fourth part, on the resting part. But right now, keep this as an external part of your exercise where your eyes can go. One of my favorite places to go for the walk and the run, and that's the beach. As you guys know, you're welcome to come and join in on Sundays. And then all because we have all what to keep our senses busy is there. We can watch the waves, we can hear the waves, and you can feel the wind and the salty air on your skin. And basically you can feel fantastic all about that. So once you practice this, you will find that your mind will actually calm down and you're gonna refocus much faster and much easier. So thank you so much. This was Dr. Zhu for you on this little segment, and see you in the next one. Thank you. Welcome back to the show. This is Alive with Dr. Zhu, and we are on our fourth little segment, which is our resting part, rest to be alive. So we went talking about focus today all day long, and our last part is our internal focus and how do we practice that. So important part is that when you were exercising, you were looking at the outside things and the environment. And one of the things what we forget to look at, and we can keep our minds pretty much busy and focused, is what's happening inside us internally. Now, one of the things which is helping us greatly is breathing. And just by simply sitting back and just observing your breathing and accepting it just the way it is will help you greatly. So if you just sit back and relax, and you start closing your eyes, and you start just actually noticing the air coming in and out through your nostrils. So you do absolutely nothing in terms of movement. You stay stationary and just start watching what's happening. How does it feel when the air is coming in and coming out? So just sit quietly, and when your mind wants to actually track you away, you can start watching and observing that there is a thought was there. Okay, you acknowledge it, that was a thought coming and going, and the feeling was in your body, but you come back immediately and you start watching your nostrils again. Now, from your nostrils, you can extend this area, and you can watch a triangular area around your face. And then whenever your mind wants to track you away, you come back and watch the skin and feel, is there any sensation coming on your skin? It could be any kind of sensation, any kind of tingling feelings, or any kind of sensations. And then you can come back again and observe your breathing. Is it a shallow breathing, or a shallow breath, a deeper breath, or what kind of breath that is? And then when you can do as the next part, start observing the upper lips. And all what you do is you close your eyes and just bring your mind and focusing on your upper lips. So when you can do this exercise, at first just watch your breathing, watching the triangular area, and then come down to your nostrils and just the upper lips, and just watch that and observe that what's happening. And your mind is basically noticing that it's calming down. You can come into the next phase. And body observation is watching your entire body. So that is beginning looking or taking your focus of attention on the top of your head. So that means it's literally while your eyes closed, you bring your mind on the top of your head, and on the surface, you just like on an MRI scan, you would follow your head backwards, your skull, follow it forward just as fast as actually you can go by noticing it and feeling, is there any sensation there or no sensation? Then you go through your right ear, your shoulders, your arm, all the way down to your hands. And then you go into your left side and you notice everything, whatever you are feeling there, notice, and you move on. And then you come to your front of your body, go down to your hip, the back of your neck, down to your back, down on your left leg, and down on your right leg. So once you actually start doing this body tracing, your focus actually starts to become narrower and narrower, and you will find that your mind is actually stopping. So these body observation exercises actually are coming from a 2,500-year-old method, which is called Vipassana meditation. So check it out on the internet. It's very, very powerful and efficient. And I hope you guys are going to find your inner peace and stopping your mind and making your decisions and quickly refocus while you are practicing this on a regular basis. So thank you for watching. This was Dr. Zhu. Please stay tuned for the next segment for Dr. Zhu Social. Thank you. Hello viewers, this is Dr. Zhu here on 247online.tv, and you are watching Dr. Zhu Social. And we've been discussing on focus and minds and being stuck and all in the previous shows. And I have a guest today who is a young person, and he's a youth leader. And I just wanted to bring him here and show you guys that what is possible to do today if you are a youngster, which is 65% of the Pakistani population is under 25 years of age, and how can you start yourself feeling better. So first of all, welcome Muntazir. Thank you so much for coming and sharing with us. So you are a youth leader, and you are only 21 years old, just turned. And you've been a youth leader since you are 17 years of age.
Yes.
So how did this all started, and what have you been doing on that?
This all started with a small conference, young leaders conference. I was 17. I was not eligible for that conference. In fact, on that time, but I was like, I can attend when I have the passion. I can't understand why the age barrier would be there.
Yes.
So they were like, okay, you can. So I entered into that, and after it, when I went out of that 6-day conference, it was an open platform for me to do many things. I started writing in newspapers, and somehow I was contacted by United Nations for a conference to be a peace ambassador over there and speak about Pakistan and this all peace thing. I went there, so it's a long journey. From there it started. I went to China, and it was all about thinking that at that time when I stepped out from that 6-day conference, that was the time when I thought that my passion and my dream are more higher than this. So I have to go for it. So it was a continuous struggle, a sort of step-by-step development, which I continued until now. It's what I am today.
Great, that's really, I congratulate you, because you were able to get the Pakistani youth group into the Canadian youth conference, and you were the key person who got the visa for them to go. So how did you do that?
It was actually it was the same conference my group had at that conference was the lady who was selected for the Canadian Conference World Youth Congress in Quebec, Canada, back in August 2008. So, but they were refused to get their visa on basis of that they won't return after the conference days. So I was like, why not Pakistanis can go over there? And what I thought was the best way to write in the newspaper and spread my voice. Through that, I wrote in the newspaper as taglined as a request to government, which was sent to President House, Prime Minister House, and published in the newspaper, that when the whole world can get the visa, why can't Pakistanis?
Right.
And government should take action on something, because it's something which Pakistanis are going to represent Pakistan and its nation. So
fantastic.
Somehow the 15 withdrew, and the 2 guys, one lady and one boy, struggled till last with me, and on the day before they flight they got their visa. And
fantastic.
That visa was in fact exempted when that was not actually visa, it was a permission letter from Governor General Canada. They invited him to go over there.
Great, fantastic. So this persistence and endurance in you, how did it come to you? It must be something from the family. How did you grow up that actually you became so endurant and so focused?
Sort of, yeah. It's sort of being from a family, especially being from my mom. If I go back towards my childhood, I remember I go to school, I do many things. My teacher was like that you are something who never focuses much on study and do something else, or follow in studies as well what I am teaching. You are not going to write it, you are going to write it in your own words. I was like, I am going to write it in my own words because I understand my words rather than your words. That's more better for me, because I will remember it for a long time rather than going to remember your words. So at home it was same thing. When I used to do my thing, my siblings and my other family members used to play cricket. I was like, I like cricket, I watched cricket, but my brother in fact likes to watch live matches, and at that time I was like, why watching a match, let's play a match, that's more good. So this is all, and my family never stopped me from doing this all the sometime they were like, you are a crazy person or something, you are doing this and this all stuff, which is nothing, just a senseless thing. I was like, it's a sense for me.
Great, makes sense.
So this is all which continued until now. My family is now comfortable with me, and I know that I can do many things, never stop work.
That's right. So how did sport help you? Because I know that you've been doing a lot of sports and in school. How did sport help you actually being who you are and what you do today?
Well, sports was a key element to be what I am today. I give you 2 examples. I was in class 2, I started my first swimming class in a summer camp. At that time it was a trainer over there who used to take our hands and train us how to swim. But it was 14th or 15th day, something a half month after, I went to Gymkhana at the swimming pool. I dived into the children's swimming pool, which is for more than 10 years old, and I was at that time 7-year-old. So there was 2 ladies sitting over there. They were like, oh, grab that kid out, he is much younger than which is allowed for the swimming. So I was
Not
like,
allowed.
no, it's no, if I can do it, why stop me? We have to remove and my mother was at that time, she was like that he knew how to swim, he can do it, don't worry, he will do it, and I did. So after it, on other time regarding football, I always say that when I used to play football, I used to go all the way myself by taking the football to the goal, to the target, because it was the time when I realized that it's me, the leader, who can go to the destination. And when there's another thing, when I was all surrounded by the opponents, at that time I realized that it's a teamwork now, which is gonna happen, I have to pass it to someone else.
How did football, help you? You've been a selfish kid taking all the ball and going all the way to the goal, and then all of a sudden something happened and you learned something else. What was that?
It was selfish not for me, it was something quite learning and funny for me. For others it was selfish. They were like, you used to play yourself most of the time, why not us? So I was like, it's me, the leader, who can take the ball towards the destination. So when I have to go all the way, struggle and dodge the opponents and go towards that. That's how I am going to be a leader and how I am going to train myself to be a leader.
Right.
And at that same time, I learned one more thing from football. It was the teamwork. When I used to surrounded by whole opponents, then I used to pass it to my friend, because it's at that time I realized it's the part of teamwork which I have to do in the life as well as in the sports, to pass it when I am gripping in something bad. So I have to consult with someone else to be helpful to me, rather than thinking or rather than sitting over there or giving away. It's better to ask someone and do something which is more beneficial. So this was what I learned from football as a part of sports.
That's great. So I know that you've been also joining us on our street workout, and what does it teach you? Because slow by slow, when you're getting into these street workouts, you get yourself up to do something different. So how has it been working for you?
Well, first of all, I will tag name out, which is quite funny. National Monkey Training Center.
National Monkey Training
Yeah.
Center, yes. Lucas on Facebook, yes.
So it was like on first day when we started. It was some day, Wednesday, not exactly the date remembering. When we started, it was quite difficult for us to see. It was first like seeing it was easy to do this and then revolve, and it's quite easy to hang out on a swing. But when dead, it's quite hard to do. But now gradually when practicing, it now teaches that nothing is impossible. On the first day when I can't lift myself up, now I can easily grab whole swing by lifting myself up. So there's nothing there's no stopper in the life, and there's nothing impossible in the life. We did this all the street work, doing new crazy things daily, and now it's growing up and we are going to do much more and be a monkey.
Yes. So how do you think it's important for this type of an exercise just to help people to practice achievement and feeling better?
It's quite beneficial. See, besides the learning part and besides this, that nothing is impossible, there's, which you have said just now, it's really good. We move towards, by doing these exercises, we realize that in life too, we pass from many things which it seems that we can't do this, or we are not capable of doing this. But like if I go back to my childhood, when I was not enrolled in a school, I never knew what is a school, or how am I gonna, if when I was one, I don't know, am I Urdu speaking or am I English speaking child. So when I started, my mom or whoever started teaching me Urdu, at that time I realized, and finally now I am Urdu speaking, or if I know how to speak English. This is the thing, there was some time when I don't know what English itself is, and how can I speak? And this is the same thing from which this exercise and sports teaches us, that there's nothing. Initially you don't know how to step up, in fact, but gradually you will know how to step up. But for that you need to first step up and first crawl down, first fall down, then again stand up and go ahead, step away. This is all. And beside this thing else, the exercise, doing it in morning, you becomes active for the whole day.
For the whole day, yes. When I also, when doing these street exercises, and I feel that I was able to do things which I haven't done for 20 years, and the feeling of achievement is actually, it's a wonderful feeling which carries you out and makes you do more. So how do you become so focused? And because when things feeling low, you use exercise also. So how does it help you all?
I always believe that when you are feeling low, or when you are not getting what you want to get at a certain time, just leave it at that time, because if you will get hurry, I share one thing, my computer thing. When I used to do many things on computers and I'm hurrying on one thing, my computer used to get hang.
Yeah,
It's
freeze.
because it's because that it gets hang, because I'm getting hurry. The computer can't. It's pretty same to our mind. The computer can't handle so much pressure. It's the mind. Our mind is quite same like of computer hardware. When we want to do something and we are in our mind, it's already many things playing on. So we get freeze, and we at the end would be nothing, or it would be more worse than what you wanted to do. So it's better to shift on to something else which is quite interesting, or which is more, which is gonna make you smile at that time.
Right.
So it's better to do that and leave it your main thing for some time after. Do it sometime after. That's more good. So
how is sport helping you with refocusing? Because what you just said is shifting focus. How does sport helping you to do that?
Sports help much. It helps in two ways. One, when we do sports, we realize that if we are going to sports, and I give the example of same football. If I am focused on my football, I have to focus on the opponent's movement too.
Yes.
If I am not focused on them, I am focused just on my football, then I am not gonna go all the way being free. It's same in life. If we are focused just on our goal and we are not looking at the surroundings, then we are never gonna achieve our goals, because we have to see our surrounding as well. And on the other hand, sports helps us in focusing is this way, that when we wake up early in the morning, go out, and when everyone, in fact the environment is sleeping, we are waking up at something, because we are focused to do and be the change of our own self and for our community. For doing something, we have to first give something. So this is the thing, we wake up early to do the sports and learn that in life, if you want something, then you have to first give something. So this is how sports teaches us in two ways.
Yeah, thank you so much, Muntazir. And what's your message to the youth of Pakistan? How to stay focused and what to do to feel better and excel? You've been practicing it and it seems like you're excelling very much. What is your message?
My message to youth is that never give up your dreams. If you want to go to moon, if you want to do anything in the world, just believe that you can do it. There is nothing impossible in the world. If you can't go to the moon, you can still go to the top side of earth and do something. First believe in your goal, that this is my goal, and then divide it into sub goals and go step by step. And if you won't achieve your final goal, at least you will achieve something, and you will be happy at the end of the day that I have done something and I never gave up my dream. And when you will never give up your dream, you will be ever happy. So this is the thing, when you are ever happy, your life will be good.
Great, great. Thank you so much. We're wishing you best of luck for your future, to stay focused. Thank you. So you're watching Dr. Zhu Social on 247online.tv. Thank you for watching. See you next time.